with 90% of the population on the land, any development in agricultural technology would affect everybody. And in the 7th century, agricultural inventions came one after the other to fundamentally change people's lives. The first was a new kind of plough. You see, up till then, the plough in general use had been little more than a digging stick pulled by oxen. It came from the Mediterranean, where it's still in use today in the Middle East, and it was good enough for the job of turning over the light soil in that area. But up here in Northern Europe, it got you nowhere. Soil's too thick. So, when around 700 AD, this came along, it made a very big impression. It had wheels, it had a knife to cut through the sod, and the ploughshare had a curved board attached to it. This new plough would cut through anything. Look. Hey! You see what the knife does? It cuts open the sod and makes it easier for the ploughshare that follows. And then the curved board throws the soil up and away to one side, leaving a clean furrow. With a team of, say, 8 oxen in front of this, you could farm the thick, rich land up here that no earlier plough could ever have done. It was bloody hard work, but it could be done.
Devons are medium-sized, with a full-grown ox generally weighing between 12 and 1,700 pounds. Oxen were expensive, often costing more than a peasant's yearly wage. However, on average, the annual expense of feeding an ox was only half that of owning a horse. Horses had to be shod and required more expensive feed such as oats, while oxen could be healthily maintained on cheaper straw and hay. The equipment for a team of oxen was also much cheaper than a horse's harness. Yokes were made from wood and could be easily manufactured. 70% of all energy available in the Middle Ages came from animal power, with the rest being derived from water and human sources. In Anglo-Saxon England, oxen were used almost exclusively in agricultural labor, though after the Norman invasion horses gradually became more common. However, for a variety of reasons, including feed costs and soil type, oxen remained the preferred draft animal in northern and southwestern England. One of the principal uses of oxen was for plowing fields. Early scratch plows were light and could only scrape the topsoil without being able to overturn the sod. Later wheeled moldboard plows, developed in the early medieval period, were much larger and could break through heavy and wet soil. The moldboard, the wing on the side of the plow, was an important development as it could turn over the earth.
So by about 900 AD, this plough was opening up the north really fast, clearing the forests, producing more food. And in consequence, the population was rising. Woo! Now, in those days, this would have had a team of oxen up front, not a horse. The plough and the oxen were very expensive. Few peasant farmers could afford the whole deal. So they formed cooperatives, each man bringing what he could. And as they began to work close together, they began to live close together in big groups, villages. That's why villages happened. So the first invention was the plough. The second came towards the end of the 9th century. The situation was that up till then they were using oxen in front of the plough, and if you put an ox harness on a horse, it cuts across under the neck and strangles the animal. The horse collar, that was the second invention, spread the load on the horse's shoulders, and so now you could use a horse. Now a horse will do twice as much work as an ox because it does it faster. So production doubled, and the population rose again.
I don't go through the rodeo.
Yeah, well, he goes to the rodeo.
It's pretty cool. Oh, he's just peeling that ground up.
Wow.
You see, at the same time as all this, a new crop system came in, the idea of using 3 fields, the 3-crop rotation system it's called. One field is fallow, so the animals can graze on it and drop manure on it. One field is sown in the autumn with cereals like oats, for example, to feed the horses. And one field is sown in the spring with legumes, peas, beans, carbohydrates, vegetable protein. Because when you have enough food to sell the surplus for cash, people went into business, they opened taverns, they even played games.